But this is Kacy and Chris and Will, and we wanted to record a short video for you because we're so sad we couldn't be there live in person with you at your regional today. We're actually in Missouri, iced in. We're in the middle of an ice storm. It is below freezing temperatures right now. We've got about a quarter of an inch of ice so far, and we had to cancel our flights. So we're sad that we're missing it, but I know you're having such an awesome regional. Your lineup was incredible, and again, we're just happy to be here coming through technology with you today. So we wanted to share with you a little bit about our story, and really our story starts almost 3 years ago now. March will be 3 years that we've been in the business, and we're forever grateful for this business because it's completely changed our lives. But just to backtrack a little bit, you know, Chris and I are both pharmacists, and we were customers, Juice Plus customers for 1.5 years, and absolutely loving our experience, loving what it was doing for us. And I went to my first event and thought, wow, how could I not be sharing this with the whole world? You know, how selfish of me really is the feeling that I got after being at that event. And I felt a responsibility to get out there and share with everyone. And so that was the day that I said yes. And I came home from that event and I was totally fired up. And then the very next month, I went to my first conference, and that was the Phoenix Conference, 2014, I guess it was. And just came home even more blown away because I saw the company, I saw the leadership, I saw the potential. You know, it went from just this place of feeling obligated to share the most amazing product in the world to realizing that this could be a real business that we could have of our own. And you know, I used to wanted to own our own pharmacy, and that just wasn't realistic for us at all. But this was the thing that kind of just lit me up inside and got me so excited. So I came home from that conference and I drew a dream board and I just went wild. And I was so excited about it. And what did you think at that point?
Still thought it was a cute hobby at that point. I didn't really know. I had just gotten back from a weekend with my buddies on a bachelor party, still kind of recovering, and she was just so fired up about this. And you know, I trust her enough to know that if she was this fired up about it, it must have been something pretty good. But I still didn't want anything to do with it. This was her thing, and it took a few months, and we'll get there, for me to really get it. So.
Yeah, but you know what? I kept going. And I think that that's a great lesson because people in your life aren't always going to be supportive in this, right? Maybe you can relate to that. Maybe your spouse or your significant other doesn't quite get it yet, and that's okay. But I just kept going. I knew what I felt inside, and I knew what I saw at that conference. I knew what I had experienced, and I knew he just wasn't there. He hadn't experienced what I experienced. He hadn't seen what I saw. And so I just kept going, kept building team, kept sharing unapologetically. You know, shouting this from the rooftops, everyone needs to know about Juice Plus. And I thought, wow, this business could really solve a lot of people's problems. They say that, you know, $500 a month can make a big difference in most families' lives. And so I just kept sharing and building team. And then that summer, about 5 months into the business, I got asked to speak in Georgia, and Chris came along. And what happened then?
Then I changed my perspective on the business. From successful men, and no offense to all you women out there, no offense to her, but I needed to hear it from successful men. And hearing it from Bob Burdick and Kurt Beavers and James Knight, Billy Leonard, those types of guys, I had my light bulb moment. And I said, we could do this. And she said, duh, that's what I've been telling you for the last 5 months. And I said, yeah, but we can do this. And she said, okay, I'll take what I can get. I'm glad you're on board now. So then from then on, it was, let's get an MD by Sacramento. We were SSC, and it was, 7 months out? And we never looked back, so.
Yeah, and what made you see it?
Really, this business offered everything we wanted and everything we were missing in our other job. We made great income, but we never saw each other. We worried about when we would have a family, and we were about 5 months pregnant with Cameron when we went, 4 or 5 months. So we were really discussing, what are we gonna do when we have a baby? And you know, we didn't want our baby to be raised by daycare. We didn't want our baby to be raised by anyone but us. So it just came in a perfect time. And I was so opposed at first, just to the business, just because I didn't think, we were both pharmacists. We spent so much money on college and so much money to get 2 doctorates, and we were making good income. And I just thought this business from the outside, before I knew anything about it, was not for those types of people. But now I know it's really for everybody, and especially those types of people, because we didn't know what we were going to do, and we prayed, and and this business just solved a lot of our issues. And the unlimited income potential is awesome, but the time freedom and the ability to raise our kids and be there for things is far outweighs the financial ramifications of the business.
Yeah, so we just went all in as a couple, and we did reach national marketing director in a year's time. And because of that benefits package that our company so graciously, offers to us, I was able to stay home with Cam, and now we have little Will Man here, and I haven't had to go back to work. And now our goals and dreams are to retire Chris someday soon also. And isn't that just amazing that in our 30s, I mean, it's just such a blessing to know that that's even a possibility. And that now we can go out and give this gift to other people, and I can share this business with friends. And whenever you can hear friends say, oh my gosh, I was able to pay my house payment and I didn't know how I was going to be able to do that otherwise, or I just paid off medical bills with my Juice Plus check. I mean, it's just the most amazing thing ever. So they say the only thing that rivals the product is the business, and I mean, it couldn't be any more true. It's just incredible. So it's totally changed our lives. And I think just to touch on a few of the main things that have helped us get to the point that we are today is, I think, really three things if I had to narrow it down. One is a strong DMO. Everybody talks about it, but touching your business every single day, no matter what that looks like to you. If you have smaller goals, maybe you're going to put 5 minutes in a day, and that's okay. If you have bigger goals, you've got to put more time in. But that strong DMO seems like such a little thing at first, but it truly does. It creates compounded effects down the road, even if you can't see it right away. And then the next thing is events. We're strong on events, and an event can be anything, whether it's just a one-on-one conversation that's happening, or a virtual event, like a Zoom call, or a Facebook party, or a live event. Events have totally built our business. And then the other part I think that's been absolutely instrumental is social media. And I always tell my team, whether you're really comfortable with social media or not, and it's okay if you're not, because I wasn't either. I was late to the game with social media. Absolutely. I'm not a social media expert by any means, but it's such a great tool just to connect with people. They say that if you want your business to be moving forward, it all comes down to how many people you and your team are getting in front of the presentation every day. And that presentation could be product, business, both, whatever. And again, that presentation looks different. Maybe it's a simple text message, maybe it's a webinar, whatever it might be. It's about getting people in front of the presentation. And social media is such an incredible way to reach a large audience in one click of a finger. So even if you're just out there expanding your network and reconnecting with people that you went to high school with, that's a great way to use social media. So I encourage you to use it, to your comfort level, and to your level of desire with your goals. Also, everything's tailored to your goals. And then another key piece that when you combine those three is just excitement. Knowing where you're going and being excited about it and having that passion, because people follow people who are excited and passionate. So I wish we had more time.
I do too.
But I would love for you to share what you see with our future with this business.
Yeah, I think the quote I always come back to when I talk about the business is, if you truly understood residual income, you would run through a brick wall to get it. And it's true. A lot of people out there don't understand what residual income is, and this business has allowed us to realize that. And it's unbelievable, the income potential, and not just income potential, but residual income potential of this business. And I'm not going to get into specific numbers. That's kind of what I do when I have a little bit more time. But if you look at it purely as a business person, there is no way you can look at this business model and say that this doesn't work or that this doesn't make sense. That said, I'm sure you guys are inspired and everything from all the awesome presenters at this regional. But just keep in mind that inspiration without action is worthless. There's a Tony Robbins quote, I don't even remember what it was, but it's something like, what good is inspiration if it's not backed up by action? That might be it word for word. But if you go to this thing, if you go to regional and you're all inspired, and you walk out the door and then you do nothing about it and you go back to whatever you were doing before on Monday, it wasn't any good to you. So take action, do something, use the inspiration you've gotten. There's a ton of people who are going to take that stage. They're going to knock your socks off and are going to inspire the heck out of you, but act on it. And that's what I focus on with our team. Get into action. If you don't act on it when you're excited about it and you start listening to those voices, that are saying negative things about it, don't listen to them. What do they know? I stop. If you're going to take money advice from broke people, I can't help you. If you're going to take life advice from people who aren't living the life you want to live, I can't help you. Take advice from people who are doing what you want to do and living on their own terms. And that's what we started doing. So I can't encourage you enough. Take action, create the life that you want, dream. And for you who don't have supportive husbands, dream together, dream with them. It's a lot easier to tolerate your wife going on 20 events a month or more when you have something to look forward to as well, like you retiring or you, whatever that looks like for you guys. But if you guys can dream together, and you might not get your husband to create a dream board, I sure wasn't willing to do that. At least, what do you want? If anything, if finances didn't matter, if I could build this business, what would you want? Let them dream. I'm telling you, it's going to make it a lot easier when you say, babe, I have 6 events. The 6 nights this week I'm out for events. I need you to take care of the kids and make dinner and get them in bed. It's going to be a lot easier to swallow that if they know it's because of this dream that we're working on together.
Yes, amen. And isn't it so awesome that we have, like I said, the best product line in the world, the best company support, the best marketing plan, in my opinion. It's all there. And the timing is perfect. So now is the time. Go out there and make this whatever you want and create that for you and your family. We wish you the best. Wish we were there with you. But have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.
Cheers to 2016.